Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Heel Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble, episode 97. In ROH, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? We are here to discuss last night's
What a reference.
June
Nobody
7th.
gets. With a bunch of 40-year-olds. What a reference.
Hey, it was only 20 years ago. I mean, come on. You say you ain't stop. We're here to review the June 7th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. Thank you all for joining us live, including the man you know as my co-host here, the man of 43,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticism of Tony Khan. It is Jimmy Macram. How you doing, Jimmy?
Hello, one and all. I have a question. I legitimately want to know the answer to this. I ask this in good faith. Do any of you think Tony Khan is the proper person to be making those fucking announcements? Any of you? I'm willing to actually listen to answers.
I mean, it has a level of importance when the guy in charge is saying something. I just don't understand why it's that guy in charge saying.
Sure. Okay. But let's say you weren't a wrestling fan, you tuned in. Who's your first guess as to who that guy is?
It's like, why they got this fan on TV talking?
How did this fan steal the microphone? Whose dumb son is this?
So mean. Come on, don't call him a dumb son.
He can't read. He can't do anything. He's worthless.
He can read.
He's doing a book report. What is this?
It's show and tell.
They've already ruined CM Punk. How they do that? We're just talking.
I love the way he does the pause. Before. And wait for it. CM Punk.
So socially awkward man in America. What the fuck?
Wait for it.
CM Punk.
Oh. I love it. I'm sorry. That's my new way of saying it. That's my new way of saying CM Punk's name. It's not the way people kind of pantomime Tony Schiavone saying it's Sting. I'm gonna say CM Punk the same way Tony Khan.
That's so fucking egregious.
CM Punk.
Maybe I'll do that too. Favorite promos: Austin, Rock, CM Punk.
CM Punk. Welcome everyone. As always, we always start off the rails here on AEWramble. So welcome if this is your first time watching. Appreciate you joining us live here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Of course, if you can put the thumbs up on this video and show your support. We appreciate you all for being here. The best way you could show that appreciation back is by dropping the thumbs up. That's the simplest way you could do it. You can also do it with a super chat donation. Those always help out, helps the channel grow, helps out the contributors that you usually see on screen with us here. So those always help out, and it helps the channel grow, and it will make sure that we highlight your comment on screen with us here on the channel. And of course, sound off though in the live chat. If you have an opinion, you have a thought on last night's Dynamite, you could share it in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible, but super chat donation is the best way to do that. We got Ace in the chat saying, "What's up, SP3 and Jimmy?" We got the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. Thank you for joining us, good sir. Saying, "What's up, y'all?" He said, first time in a while. I've been about to catch AEWramble live. Guess there's at least one perk to being sick." There you go.
Oh, you're sick.
Oh,
is he from New York?
No, he's in Texas.
Oh, we're far away from that smoke. Congratulations, sir.
He's like, I wouldn't be surprised if the smoke made you sick. Sheesh.
You'll be all right.
We got Nico Buck saying, "Ha ha, I missed this." Thank you. He's the third person that you usually see on screen with us Thursday. We got Ace who says the Guns better not be the newest member of Bullet Club Gold. We will get to that.
Why not?
All I will say is I don't mind it. Like, I see you. Not? Why not?
It's like asking me, do you want Chronic in fucking NWO 2000? What do I care? Sure, fuck it.
Exactly, sure.
What you want?
Why not?
Care about anybody?
Why not?
Feel free.
Why not? It don't matter. Yeah. Act like Chase Owens hasn't been a member of Bullet Club for the past 10 years. I mean, if that's the bottom bar, the floor for Bullet Club members, I think the Guns are just slightly above that.
It's a spin-off of an already dead gimmick. Add whoever you want. Feel free. Okay.
We got Frantic World saying, "What's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chet?" We also got Big Man Dog saying, "You can't have a Bullet Club without some guns." Pun intended. I like it. Astronash is here with us. Thank you for joining us, good sir. Haven't seen you in a while. We got Caden with a super chat donation because he can't let one stream go by without letting people know that he did not like this episode. He sends a super chat donation saying, "Least favorite episode in a while. I know SP3 gonna call me a bitch for that, but I didn't like the story progression." No, I called you a bitch last night for it because you were just whining so much.
Absolutely. That's how you keep people around. Call me a bitch.
Hey, he came back. He sent a super chat donation.
Absolutely. This is a Pimp 101.
What?
You slap them up. You slap them up. You call a bitch, and they give you money. This is a weird world we live in. Feel free.
Thank you, Katie, for the super chat donation. We appreciate you, and you have your opinion. I'm sure Jimmy will agree with some of the stuff you thought about last night's show. We got Annika here who says, "Come on now, y'all know Uncle Nicky Boy isn't afraid of the smoke." There you go.
Fair enough.
And yes, there you go. Safet saying, "Good grief." I don't know if that's for the smoke or for you comparing Caden to a trick.
Yes, that was a great way for you to put it. I was mostly comparing you to a pimp, but we'll let that slide, I suppose.
Hey, if I'm the pimp, who's the trick?
It's true. Look at him and his luscious hair. Out on the street you go. $50 a pop.
I'm not gonna give you. Jesus Christ, we gotta go get one very early on.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Kaden, I'm not sure what you look like, but get yourself in some shape. Don't tell anybody you watch wrestling. There'll be some bitches out there for you. I'm letting you know. I can see it. You got a small avatar here, but I can see you have bitch getting parameters there.
Well, what if he, what if Kaden, wants the other gender?
You can get that too.
Either or. Okay. As long as we're keeping it fair.
Men are simple creatures. I imagine gay men are also simple creatures.
One of my gay friends, I told him, I was like, you've probably had more buns in your lifetime than I have, because men think like men, regardless of their sexuality. They think like men. So
give it right.
And he was like, you damn straight.
Oh, that's not the greatest visual in the world, but I like the theory.
Last night's AEW Dynamite for June 7, 2023 was from Colorado Springs. What did you think about the crowd last night for AEW Dynamite, Jimmy?
Another really good crowd, all considering the location. Very impressed.
Hey, the altitude wasn't getting to them. They didn't have as much smoke as we got here in the Northeast. So there you go. We got Ace with the counter. We got Negro Buck with the counter. We got Negro Buck also saying Jimmy basically just told Kaden, go out and earn your shit.
I'm just saying, sir. You're 20 years old now. You have time. You could peak at 25. Don't make any bad mistakes like our friend over here did. He's now the fourth most important person in his own life.
Jesus Christ, what are we doing? Now my
The
family.
words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
What? I have your back.
My family catching strays, literally.
No, I'm sure they're wonderful people. That's why you put them ahead of yourself.
Absolutely, always.
It's a responsible adult male should.
Ash for Nas saying, I think SP3 calling Kaden a bitch is like Breaking Bad Jesse Pinkman using the word bitch, which is in a nice way. Absolutely. Kaden knows. I've said nice things about Kaden. I've even watched his content over on Around the Point. Check it out.
I agree. I have lots of black fans. Lots of black friends, yes. Sure. What was that?
What?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you only have one black fan, and I'm him. I'm pretty sure you only have two friends, and I'm the only one that's black. We got EBB here. It says I click on the video and I'm hearing about pimps. LOL. Normal start to an AEW review, that I'd say.
All right, you're right. Focus. All right, important stuff.
Focus on the importance. Frantic Girl saying SP3 is trying to make Hustle and Flow too. We got Kaden finally reacting, saying, "Oh my god!"
I'm just saying, sir. Just 20 years old, right? Probably still in school. Probably live with your mom or in a dorm or with roommates or something. You save your money, go get in shape. By the time you're 25, you got decent money. You could then spend the next 10 years being a complete whore. Not in the give your money to a pimp kind of way, but in a fucking catch STDs kind of way. Then it's over, 35, 40. You go get married. Your life is over now. I mean, you move on. And you had a great life. Instead of you wait till you're fucking 30, fucking have kids. Now look at you. Got to talk about this fucking nonsense for a living.
Kaden just sitting there like,
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
You live by yourself already. Oh my God, sir. You're so far ahead of the game. Hit the gym. Ahead of the game. I'm not knocking you. You're so far at 20 years old. You were so far ahead of the game. You can now just run, dude. I was 20, living in Texas. There'd be so many.
Why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
If I was 20 living in Texas with my own place, there would be so many pregnant white women with dirty feet.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Saying, just go. You'll be fine. This is the time to have fun. Go have fun, sir. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure anytime I do True Hill Heat in this room and not in the usual room I do it, we start off the show with like multiple disclaimers. I don't know if he just sees this background for me and he's just like, okay, I can go off because none of the kids are gonna walk in here. Kaden said this might be the best episode in a while.
Right, I still keep it together. Right, apologize.
I love everybody's reaction. Everybody's reaction just pops me, and then it just makes Jimmy just keep going in. But yes, we have to actually start the episode now. AEW Dynamite from Colorado Springs kicked off as usual, as probably I would say 3/4 of AEW Dynamites this year have started off with Orange Cassidy's music hitting as the AEW International Champion defended the championship for the 24th time against Swerve Strickland, who was brought to the ring by the Mogul affiliates and Prince Nana, the Mogul Embassy, excuse me. And this matchup, this was a key thing that I think was missing from the last couple of Orange Cassidy international title defenses, is that kind of stake that you really felt like the person he was facing made a good option to be the next champion and could beat him. And I think that made everything invested. And I think they told a very good story where Orange Cassidy, he makes all of his offense and everything he does in the ring look so effortless, but so does Swerve Strickland. So even when Orange Cassidy throws him out of the ring after, putting his hands in the pocket, Swerve just lands on his feet. He does a handstand out of the ring and then puts his hands in his pocket. He eventually got caught with a Cobra twist at one point by Orange Cassidy. Before the first commercial break, both guys were fighting on the top rope, and then they both landed on the top turnbuckle and fell to the floor. Eventually, Orange Cassidy, after Swerve took the heat in this matchup, he made his comeback with a series of DDTs, one in the ring, one off the steel steps to the floor, and then a diving DDT back into the ring for a 2 count. This match just kept going back and forth, and the near falls down the stretch really had me invested in this one, where Orange Cassidy hits the orange punch and then lands breach break, but Swerve Strickland's able to kick out. We get Swerve hitting the house call, and he follows up with the Swerve stomp, but Orange Cassidy is also able to kick out. Finally, Swerve tries to go for the JMLL driver, but Orange Cassidy's able to reverse it into a roll up, but Swerve able to reverse that into a roll up of his own. He has a handful of tights, but he only gets a 2, and then Orange Cassidy rolls him up, reverses the roll up into one of his own, and he actually uses the tights to cheat to win, and he cheats more effectively than Swerve Strickland to get the win in this one. This got plenty of time. Loved the action throughout. I thought this was a great opener to the show. After the matchup, Swerve was none too pleased, and neither was the Mogul Embassy, who came out to attack and jump Orange Cassidy. Then the lights went out in the building. Eventually, when they came back on, so yeah, it was forever. I literally was able to get something to drink, and the lights were still back on. The lights came back on, and Sting and Darby Allin were in the ring to run off Mogul Embassy and check on Orange Cassidy before staring down with the rest of the Mogul Embassy on the ramp. Like I said, I love this matchup. I thought it was a tremendous way to kick off the show. 2 guys that just have effortless chemistry together. We saw that in the Blackjack Battle Royal, and they continue that here. And then later on in the night, they announced that we're going to keep following up with this ongoing feud, and we're actually going to combine Swerve's previous feud next week in Washington, D.C., Capital One Arena. It's going to be a stacked show, and one of the matches for that show, we'll see the Mogul Embassy, Swerve Strickland, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony versus Darby Allin, Sting, Orange Cassidy, and Keith Lee in an 8-man tag team matchup. But let's first talk about the match. What did you think about Swerve versus Orange Cassidy?
I thought that was a great match. I don't throw that word around often because
You don't.
thank you. I appreciate it because I had to save it for times like this where it's an actual great match. What do I want to say about it in particular? You brought up how this is the first one that felt like it had real stakes. Yes. There's no person I've bought beating Orange Cassidy since forever. I can't remember the last guy where I went, "Ooh, this might be a win."
We thought Jerry because it's Jeff Jarrett in 2023 because that was in Winnipeg. That must have been in March because they were levering up the International Championship.
Right. So at least 2 months ago, maybe 3. This was really good. I really enjoyed this one. I thought Swerve should have won, but I say that not knowing what comes next. Like they might have something amazing planned next. Maybe it's a rematch with Swerve. Maybe it's a guy I'm not thinking about. Somebody said Takeshita. That could work. Either way, in and of itself, great match with the potential to be an awful idea. Not putting the belt on Swerve.
I do agree. I really found myself rooting for Swerve in this one, where like literally it's just like, oh, it's another Orange Cassidy match. It's gonna be good to great, but I don't have that investment in it because I don't think the challenger can beat him. But this one, they totally got me. And that's what made the near falls and the reaction from the crowd hit me in a different way. So I would say this was arguably one of the best matches they've had on Dynamite in a couple of weeks.
Oh, easily. Now, how do you follow this up? Would be my question. Orange Cassidy should not face anybody who's not at Swerve's level from now on. Like, we can't go backwards. We built up to this point where he's damn near lost. I don't want to see him fighting fucking Cole Carter next week. I'm not interested. No, we have to keep going where we're going. Somebody better or Swerve again. I don't need. Ugh, I do. I'm sorry. I don't. Who did he fight last week or a couple weeks ago for the belt?
Kyle Fletcher.
Like, come on, man. It's part of fucking Kangaroos Incorporated. I don't. Who gives a fuck?
Kangaroos Incorporated. I'm done.
Gives a fuck. Jesus.
You know who they could do to have a long overarching story and like give it some investment a little bit more? If you're gonna do like a AEW versus New Japan match for Forbidden Door, if you're not gonna revisit Swerve immediately after this, then I would say someone like Jeff Cobb, who's in the same stable as Will Ospreay in United Empire. And the whole story is that Ospreay is one of the last people who beat Orange Cassidy, and he's gave Jeff Cobb the game plan to beat him at Forbidden Door.
No.
He was like, sounds good, but no.
No. Sorry. I care about me and not about awful. No. I like Jeff Cobb. Sorry, Charlie. You're out.
Oh man, we got EBB talking about your opening rant, saying, how does this man still manage to surprise me? I think I know where his sentence is going, and then he brings up the most random weird shit.
I'm just saying, a 20-year-old with bad judgment, I could make some bad life decisions. Congratulations, you sir. What do you do for a living? At 20 years old, you're living on your own in Texas. Rent that cheap?
Get money saying, I joined the show when Jimmy talking about getting dirty feet white women pregnant. Don't know how he got here, but I want to hear more.
I'm just saying, like the pretty women in bad circumstances. That's the point.
Pretty woman walking down the street. One Mike Nation saying Swerve should have won. I am pissed for the rest of the show after this. And I'm kind of surprised that the fans are not like at the point where they are rooting for whoever Orange is facing. They're still so invested into him. And a guy that his whole character started off with his first matchup of he's finally going to try. He feels like a guy that now cares about this championship.
Does he though?
He's willing to cheat to win. He's willing to cheat to win now.
Yeah, after they cheated. That doesn't count.
I love that. We're going with the WWE theory. WWE always does that finish where the heel cheats and then the babyface cheats, but it's okay because they cheated first.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I must say, I do like how he continues to tell the story of him getting more and more beaten up, which to me at this point means he should lose. Because let's say he faces who's a step up from Swerve. I'm trying to think of a heel. Let's go with Hobbs. So if Hobbs,
that's a good one.
Right? So now
Hobbs
if
or Miro?
Hobbs, that works still. If he can't beat a half-broken Orange Cassidy, isn't he fucking worthless? I'm just saying, you can't beat half-dead Orange Cassidy. Come on, man. Time to lose, sir.
Dead. What are we doing? Big Man Dogs with a compliment here. He says, I have been real bored of Orange Reign of Terror. This match was the first one that didn't feel like Groundhog Day for a good while. I liked it.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. I've seen people comparing this reign to Roman's, because Roman has to defend the belt that often, and Orange spins it every fucking week. But I get the same vibe from both. Where it's like I only get up for the big matches, the Cody match. Yeah, like, I only get up for those. So whatever.
I feel you. Except with Orange, I know it's going to be a good to great match, and I don't have to wait for the ref bump. That's becoming a very, very blatant trope in the Roman Reigns matches now.
I will say I don't like how there's no actual explanation for why Roman isn't Roman anymore. Like 2 years ago, he was plowing through motherfuckers without any help at all.
You know,
double pin.
But even really realize though, because I mentioned this on Drew Hill Heat, and I'll mention it here, and not to go too much off it, but Roman, the cheating Roman finishes only really started under Triple H, because you remember he beat John Cena clean as a whistle. Right. He was beating a lot of different guys. It started with Brock. First, it was Brock that he had to cheat to win. Then he didn't beat Seth on his own. He beat Big E on his own, but I feel that was still a part of the Vince era too. So yeah, it's like there were certain ones that he used to cheat with under Vince, but it's been more frequent under the Triple H era. It started with Drew, then it continued with Sammy, continued with Kevin Owens, all these other guys. It's just been it's been more noticeable that it's how frequent it's been under Triple H.
Yes, he has. I don't call it antiquated, because I know a lot of people feel that way about heels and baby faces, but I'm just not a fan. You can't treat him like an animal 1 minute. He's not an animal the next. That's not how that works.
I feel you. We got EBB who says, few things. Swerve should have won, but not mad with the decision. Hate the unwritten rule where the commentary has to shout and scream, they've done it, new champion. I know they ain't fucking winning.
I don't know if our brother's up with you or Cash, but that is my pet peeve. It's my least favorite thing in wrestling. It's like, oh, well, I was excited for this pinfall, but now I'm not because you told me he's winning. God damn it. And there's the kick out. You can't.
We got Annika who says this should have been the main event. The only reason I would be against that is because if it was the main event, I would have said, oh no, Swerve has to win. With it being the opener, I was like, it could go either way here. You could start off the show with a big title change, or you could continue the reign and set something up for next week, which they did. So I wasn't mad with either option, whereas if it was the main event and Orange won, I would be like, then why did it fucking main event?
I'm going from the opposite perspective, which is I don't care who's winning. With all the damage we've done to Jay White, he's got to be in the main event. Sorry.
And I had to shout you out because we got that announcement in this matchup that Jay White was in the main event. I was like, all of Jimmy's criticisms, Tony Khan finally heard you, sir.
I don't ask for much, sir. Jay White in the main event. That is a win. Win for Ricky Starks too.
Yeah. Ricky was finally back in the main event as well. I think, what was that? His first main event of a Dynamite since MJF match?
Certainly. Jesus.
EBB says it's been like a year. I'm still waiting for the Keith Lee versus Swerve feud to be good. Don't think it's. I think that this is their way of just putting a bow on it by throwing Keith Lee into this 8-man tag.
Who wins this match?
I feel like it should be Mogul Embassy, but Sting's in the matchup, and I'm assuming that Sting's gonna win because Sting has never lost in AEW.
Oh wow, Jesus. Yeah, I don't like how they're already kind of clownish heels.
We got Kaden says they should do another 4-way at Forbidden Door for the title. OC, Swerve, Cobb, and Ishii. I want to see Ishii versus Moxley after the 6-man tag at Dominion. The way they go at it, that would be beautiful as a rematch from the G1. We got here Ninja Mortis saying he says Cobb needs a AEW win bad. Not mad at my booking of Cobb versus OC. We got EBB says OC is one of those where you can pluck him up and put him into any single match in any promotion and it will work. That's true.
Absolutely. Any singles match in any promotion. I agree. Roman versus Orange Cassidy definitely headlines WrestleMania.
Hey, that would headline any show in the world. And then Josh said Orange Cassidy, the GOAT. The GOAT.
Absolutely. I can see him walking to their office and Vince looking at this fucking toothpick of a 40-year-old going, yeah, that's the guy. And then him looking at Triple H for backup, and Triple H is like, no, you're up.
Fair enough. Next we got a video package to hype up the main event, which, from me and Jimmy, we always give those a thumbs up, where we heard from Switchblade and Ricky Starks recapping their feud. We then got another video package hyping up the dream match coming up at Forbidden Door with Kazuchika Okada versus Bryan Danielson. We once again heard that superb promo from Bryan Danielson saying, they call you the Rainmaker? Well, when you're in the ring with me, you're in the fucking desert and there ain't no rain. Bars.
Ill.
Bars.
She was rough in the video. It's rougher than that. It's rougher to hear you said, oh, you're just in the desert. It's fine. In the desert is fine. That's good. We got it. There's no rain in the desert. And there ain't no rain. Thank you, sir. You know what this was? This was like a condensed version of a Triple H promo where he goes, I am the riser of all ships. I am the diamond in the rough. And you think he should move on. You go, that means I'm the best. We got it. We got it, sir. We figured that out.
I'm the gamer. I'm the game, and I'm that damn good.
I'm with you. Yes. Wrap this shit up at bedtime.
The key question here, Jimmy, is EBB saying, is Jimmy going to watch Forbidden Door this year?
No. I might watch those.
Come on. Will you stop?
It.
Come on.
Sorry.
Just watch it. Come on. I'm actually a month in advance to be on the review. Come on.
Well, is it on a Sunday?
It's on. The pay-per-view is on a Sunday.
No.
Jesus Christ. This guy will not relent. He does not relent. No matter how much I try to guilt trip him, he still is on his nonsense. But here we are. Bryan Danielson comes out after the video package, and he's with the commentary, and he's talking about how he's going to prove he's the best in the world coming up at Forbidden Door. And we get a little bit of a preview as it's Bryan Danielson's group of the Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta, versus Kazuchika Okada's group of Chaos, represented by Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, the Best Friends, and Rocky Romero. BCC come out through the crowd, and they're immediately attacked by the Best Friends and Rocky Romero when they come past the guardrail. We get Trent pulling Wheeler Yuta up to the top rope, hitting a superplex. And what we got was a very much of an action-packed sprint of a matchup. I think it only went about 9 minutes, but they packed a lot of action into this 9 minutes and made Chaos actually look like a formal duo, despite the outcome not being a question throughout this matchup here. But Rocky Romero hit a nice little double stomp to Moxley's back, leading to Trent hitting a sliding knee. But then everything broke down when Claudio Castagnoli totally ruined Trent Beretta, catching him off a moonsault with an uppercut. That just go out of your way to watch that little clip there. That was awesome in general. And the Blackpool Combat Club just completely overwhelmed Chaos after that. You get Wheeler Yuta putting down the hammer and anvil elbows on Chuck Taylor. And then eventually it's Jon Moxley, first with the bulldog choke, and then transitioning into a rear naked choke to get the tap out victory against Rocky Romero. After the match, matchup, Wheeler Yuta started still smashing him with the elbow strikes, still trying to get his one-up, get his licks in on his former mentors in Best Friends and Chaos. His former mentor, Chuck Taylor, getting the business here to end this matchup as the BCC pick up another trios victory. Immediately after the matchup, we cut to the back and we see Hangman Adam Page and the Young Bucks, the members of the Elite known as the Hung Bucks, and they talk about how that was actually a good Blackpool Combat Club match. Not that I was watching, but it sounded good. It sounded good. So they issue a trios challenge to the Blackpool Combat Club for next week in Washington, D.C. at the home of the very first Dynamite at Capital One Arena. And Bryan Danielson accepts on behalf of the Blackpool Combat Club. So it was made official later on in the night that it will be the trios match, BCC versus the Hung Bucks next week in Washington. What did you think about the match? Huh?
Why do you keep calling them the Hung Bucks?
That's their trios.
Why? But why?
Because it's Hangman and the Young
Bucks. It's not even on the graphic. What do you mean that's the trio's name? Why?
That's their trio's name. That was their trio's name in Ring of Honor.
Hangman and Young Bucks. That's what it says on the graphic.
Hey, they're the Hung Bucks. They're the Hung Bucks.
That's the product.
They're the Hung Bucks.
The answer to this question is because Dummy thinks it's cute. It's not cute. It's fucking weird.
He didn't even come up with that.
Matt Jackson's the dummy I'm referring to. I apologize. I probably should be more specific.
Yes. You should be more specific.
Yes, fucking weird dummy. Fucking Danny DeVito and Twins dummy. He's just so worthless. Get it?
Why do you hate him so?
Do you get it? Hung. Get it? Like a dick. Yes, we got it. Jesus, aren't you fucking cute? Oh, fucking 12 years old. Grow up. Oh,
had to show the picture of Claudio catching Trent on that moonsault. That was my favorite moment of this damn match. I loved it. Loved it.
That was great. Oh, right. The match. It was there. It was there. Caden loved it, apparently. I didn't. I don't need this match in my life. It's the same problem I have with most of Orange Cassidy's title defenses. Listen, in my dream world of wrestling, which I'm never going to get, ever. I've accepted that over the years. We put as few known finish matches on the show as possible. I mean, if we already know who's going to win the match, we don't have the match if we can avoid it. And we certainly could have avoided this fucking one. What the fuck is this doing here at all? The Best Friends against the Blackpool Combat. Absolutely. I wonder who will come out victorious. Ugh. Boo. Sorry. That's fine. Claudio's great. Get to hear Dragon. That's a win.
Yeah, I love Dragon on commentary. I love it.
Yes, he's great. He's super capable with commentary. I'm here for it.
It was very enjoyable. We got Caden who says, this was the only Forbidden Door build. No, the video package here and then the video package for Omega and Ospreay were also built for it. But and I liked it. Build? Hey, that's build. That's build. Video packages are build. This was chaotic as hell. No pun intended. That is a pun, though. We got Negro Buck who says Rocky Romero is an insane ball of energy. He said hall of energy. I don't know if he meant that. He also says that Claudio uppercut to Trent is one of my highlights of the night. Indeed. The Hung Bucks. Yes. See?
Hung. Get it? Hangman and Hung and Bucks. Jesus fucking Christ. Wrestling fans stink.
See, someone agrees with you. Chase is out here. See, what a goof. Matt Jackson, for sure. That kid in middle school that always explained the joke to you. I knew that would pop you.
He makes his stupid faces.
Frantic Girl says, what Jimmy is trying to say is that they are not black, so why call your team the Hung Bucks?
That's not true. I've seen enough pornos to know that's a stereotype.
We also got EBB says was hoping for a Hangman singles match against someone like Shingo at Forbidden Door, but looks like trios with Bucks. I mean, you can't get everybody a singles match on the show. I mean, you already got two. I don't know. I don't think MJF's going to have a singles match for the AEW World Championship, and I don't think Sonata's going to have one for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I could see them in some type of tag team match against each other.
I hope he actually does hate fucking NJPW just refused to do the show. I'm here for
it. Just doesn't be on the show at all. Like you refuse to watch the show. He's like, this is why MJF is my guy. He's my guy. We get another video package. See, more build to Forbidden Door as we get a video package documenting the rivalry between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, highlighting their incredible match at Wrestle Kingdom 17 earlier this year with the blood covering Will Ospreay's face. Ospreay says he wants revenge for what Omega put him through, and with his victory over Lance Archer at Dominion, he now gets that matchup. We also heard comments from Kenny Omega following that match saying that Will Ospreay could be better than him on 364 days, but on one day a year, he can prove himself to be better, and that day was at Wrestle Kingdom. And now it's time for round 2. Do you think you were very high? You highly had some high praise for this matchup from Wrestle Kingdom 17. Do you think they can match your expectations for this rematch coming up at Forbidden
Door? Can they? Sure, it's within the realm of possibility, but will they? No. I see this having a severe case of sequelitis, which is essentially in every movie you try to do everything you did in the first one except bigger, and think that makes it better when typically it doesn't, unless it's that Spider-Verse movie. That show's amazing.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is another one. But most movies.
Hey, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes, because 2 suffered from the sequelitis. Yeah. I love the first match. I'm sure the second match will be great, if not quite as good. Aliens. You know why? This is my point. The fact that we can all name these movies and we'll come up with 7 out of thousands of movies released every decade. Godfather 2, we'll come up with 7 out of thousands of movies, which proves my point. Sorry.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. We got here Big Man Dog said, yeah, Forbidden Door is going to have at least one. I think it's going to have more than one random trios match just to get people on the card. I think it's going to have more than one for sure. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more than one. Annika saying that Ospreay shouldn't lose. I think he should lose. I think that this whole rivalry has been about Ospreay saying that his career is on the line in these matches against Kenny Omega. We need his career to actually be on the line in one of these matches, and I think that leads to the third match where you had them face. Their first match this year was in their second homes of Japan. The second match is in Kenny Omega's home country of Canada. The third match should be at Wembley Stadium in Ospreay's home country of the UK.
No.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about all that. That's fine. But a match with his career on the line? No. What did I just say? What did I just tell you about not doing situations where we know who's going to win? No. Kenny Omega versus fucking Will Ospreay.
He's already talked about it. He doesn't have too much time left on his card. He doesn't have too many bumps left on his bump card.
Is he gonna lose that match?
Huh?
Is he gonna lose that match with his career on the line?
Hey, I never.
Now this, go ahead, give me the Mark Cash answer. Well, I'm not gonna admit I'm wrong. I'm not gonna admit I'm wrong. So
no, the Mark Cash answer is that Bronson Reed should be in this damn matchup against Kenny Omega.
Let that go. Jesus. Come on, man.
Never. We got EBB who says the new Planets of the Apes trilogy too. The second was fantastic. You heard that.
It was great.
The new one coming out this year. This time next year, Jimmy, focusing on Caesar's son.
I did not hear that, but that director, Matt Reeves, he's fantastic. He directed the new Batman movie, and that shit was amazing. So whatever he does, he's directing that one. I'm down. Yes.
Yeah. We got EBB who says, I like seeing Ospreay versus Kenny in person at Wembley, but leave that career on the line step at home. Nope. It's going to be a career title versus career. Title versus career. Don't be manipulated by Jimmy. It's a great idea.
Only old
but
people
yeah.
should have career on the line matches. No rule. Only old people.
Only the Ric Flairs of the world. Because that was
not quite that old. Not quite that old. Like, how old Shawn Michaels then? 40 what? 5?
I mean, even then, when Michaels' career on the line, I knew the Undertaker was going to win. I wanted Michaels to win, but I knew the Undertaker was going to win.
You have to be at least 37 years of age to have a career on the line match. That's the rule.
Hey, his body feels like he's 37.
Sure it does. Touch those stupid spots.
Next we got what probably was many people's segment of the night, as the AEW World Champion MJF came out to the ring to address the fans. He started running down the Colorado Springs fans, saying that how boring it is in Colorado, and he says that he is the master of knowing when something is boring because he is bored with the lack of competition for him in AEW, because no one is on the level of the devil. And this rings out, and it's all about the boom, Adam Cole, baby. But before we can get his usual Adam Cole, baby, call, MJF interrupts and demands the music to be cut to loud boos. That's how you get the heat you were looking for. MJF said, finally, some competition. He said he's a fan of Adam Cole, as once CM Punk left him as a kid, he turned the channel. He flipped the channel a few times, and he found Ring of Honor, which, yeah, he thought sucked and was full of a bunch of indie schmucks. But then he finally saw Adam Cole, this guy with jet back hair who was having great matches in the ring, looked like $1 million, and was also cutting some great interviews, and he was hooked by his work. He mentioned that when he became a wrestler himself, he started studying his tapes and looked at his time in CZW, traveling the indies, and then going to Florida, where he shocked the system. And then he said that after that, Shawn Michaels made him his hand-picked guy, and he was the greatest champion in that promotion's history. And that, my friends, is undisputed. So MJF followed in Cole's footsteps, including going to CZW himself, becoming a name on the indies, and eventually signing with AEW. And he believed that he was destined to one day go face-to-face and feud with Adam Cole. But I don't know who this guy is. He is disappointed because he says the Panama Playboy was gone, but now all there is the Panama Game Boy, who's more occupied with playing video games with on Twitch, and with his balls always in Britt Baker's purse when she leaves the house. MJF said that Cole is now so frail, and he makes Crack Horse jealous with how frail he is. MJF said that the fans might think that Cole isn't utilized properly, but AEW has pretty much done everything they could to make him over. They gave him the great music, they gave him the pretty girl, they give him all this gravitas, but you know what they do to make MJF look cool? They ring the freaking bell. So he was 3 for 3 on stealing Adam Cole lines. He says MJF has the best dog collar match, the best Iron Man match, the best 4-way match in AEW history. And MJF said he heard a rumor that a certain individual in Titan Towers didn't think Cole could make it, named Vince McMahon, which he says I'm a big fan of. Got even more boos. MJ has said he thought that the old man had lost his marbles, but standing in the ring with Cole, he understands that Vince was right. That is how you cut a damn promo, where you build someone up and then tear them down inch by inch with every word. Cole responded by asking if that was the best that MJF got, as MJF is just coming off like an internet troll. Cole questions MJF's fascination with other people's relationships, saying that, he's done the same thing with Brian, and he asks if that's why his fiance left him, because he's more concerned with other people's relationships. Cole said MJF is world class. Yeah, a world-class douchebag. Cole, in regards to MJF talking about his body, he was like, he's really talking about his body of work, which MJF couldn't touch him. He asked if they should go backstage and piss in a cup to take tests and see who is more natural and who's not here. Cole swears on his life no one backstage respects MJF, as everyone thinks he's selfish and conceited and does the bare minimum to where he's at. MJF, though, says that he says, oh, you agree with that? Oh, let me cry into my money. And he says that that's tough talk coming from Keith Lee's manager. Great line. Cole said that that's typical MJF creating a false narrative, calling him a coward for not wanting to fight him. And he says that everyone here in the crowd, everyone in the building knows that he's better than MJF, and the fans know it. MJF says that he won't let Cole turn his back on him and that he'll fight him anywhere, anytime, any place. And Cole smirks and says, "Attaboy, champ." And he says, "I guess our match is on now." And then he does the Adam Cole Bebe Pros. I thought that was a great promo segment between these two guys, and it was made official for next week in Washington, D.C., a title eliminator matchup, MJF versus Adam Cole. If Adam Cole wins, he gets a shot at the AEW World Championship. What did you think about this promo segment? And I'll say it here first. MJF won. He won the promo spar, but that was pretty obvious, easily. But I think that Cole was a lot better suited for this type of promo exchange than any of the pillars. It felt like MJF was going against another top star within this promo exchange.
I thought you didn't like the Smarky stuff. There was a lot of Smarky stuff here.
It was a lot of insider baseball and a lot of references to WWE, but MJF just does it better than everybody else. What can I say? I'm fickle in that regard. So if you can do it well and it doesn't come off like forced and cringy like Sammy did or like Darby did or like Jungle Boy did, it comes off a lot better when it's coming from someone like MJF, who's obviously was playing the role of Twitter troll against Adam Cole here.
Yeah, it was on the rougher side. I feel like Adam Cole was set up to fail. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys enjoyed that promo. I didn't. It felt like that was rough. That was hard to watch. First of all, I'm never sure how long they each of them talk. It felt like MJF talked twice as long easily. And he was just being really mean. Just not a nice person. I was like, hooey. Yeah, and then he shits on his life, and his only response is, "You're on steroids," which is a wild thing to say. And what was the other one? Nobody likes you. Oh, when?
Nobody respects you. Which, despite how MJF comes off, where he never is like, where he acts like that never affects him. That is one of his character traits, that he does really care what the fans and what everybody else thinks of him, because he goes in about it all the time.
He does. This was a wash. MJF washed him, and I enjoyed it, but yeah, I did not have me look forward to a Cole MJF match any more than I already was. I'll put it that way. Like, I'm looking forward to the match. This didn't make me look more forward to it. I never did hear them spar on the mic again. They blew their loads. I'm happy they did. It's over.
Now we get the individual promos, so they can separate now.
Yes. Please and thank you.
So do you think this is going to be more of a long program, or do you think it's going to be more short term?
I feel like it should be long term, but the next pay-per-view after Forbidden Door is All Out?
All In and All Out.
That's a long way away. That's a couple months after Forbidden Door.
I think the only way they can do another promo exchange, they have to have different talking points. I think we could do one more between those two, but I really want to get a Britt Baker versus MJF promo exchange.
Yes. You know, I like Britt Baker. Not as much as I used to, but I like Britt Baker. She does not want that smoke. She does not want that smoke at all. Somebody who can't be fired with a microphone in her face? Oh my God, ma'am. You don't want that promo. You got Thunder Rosa on speed dial right now. You don't want that smoke.
Thunder Rosa. No, he needs to bring up. No, that's what MJF needs to bring up. He needs to bring up. Oh, you should probably be as scared as me as you are of Thunder Rosa.
That's like, boy, what are you gonna do? Run to Tony Khan and get me fired? Like, stop it. No, you don't want this one.
No, run to Tony Khan and get me to apologize to everybody.
Yeah, Ray does not want this smoke.
I need this.
No,
you're making me want to see this even more, please.
For failure. Boy, that'd be rough.
Oh man, I want this even more now. We got Kaden that says, I like that it's an eliminator match because Cole only has one singles win since returning. He has two. He beat Jericho and he beat Daniel Garcia. But I do agree that Cole needs to beat MJF to have some doubt. And then that eliminates one of MJF's narratives of he has no competition. Not only do you have competition, but they prove they can beat you. It's kind of similar to where Christian was before his title match with Kenny Omega, where he needed to beat Omega for people to believe he had a chance to beat him at the pay-per-view.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. But then if he wins, if he beats him next week, the card is loaded. By the way,
it is.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
What?
Like,
why should he beat him?
No, why is it loaded? Like, why did they decide to load that week? Is it a big deal? Are they in New York or something?
No, they're in Washington, D.C. They're in like a 10,000 seat building. That's the same building they were in for the first Dynamite. So that's a 10,000 seater. They don't usually do. They do like 5,000, 7,000 seat buildings usually. This is one of the bigger buildings that they've done in a while for a Dynamite.
Gotcha. So they can try to do what they can. I'm mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't look as rough as I suspect it will. What was I going to say? Yeah. If Cole doesn't win, no, if Cole wins, let's say he beats MJF next week. We got 2 months to the pay-per-view. What are we doing until then?
What I would do for Forbidden Door, I would do a tag team matchup with Cole and MJF on opposite side, but team Cole with like Sonata from the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and then have whoever is Sonata's next challenger or top contender team with MJF, or pit MJF with his favorite, Great O'Khan. Since that's the only person in New Japan he likes, team him up with the person he likes in Great O'Khan and have them verse Sonata and Adam Cole. So Cole can get another win. So that's 2 wins he has over MJF before we even get to the title match.
Okay. We'll see. I'm not mad at it.
I honestly feel, though, I do agree with you. It is too long. I think they should do a title match. But if this is going to be the title match for Wembley, it's probably going to need a stipulation for Wembley, and they should do the first title match on TV and have it end as a time limit draw, or MJF does what a heel does and get himself disqualified.
Oh, I mean, I know people don't like it, but I do love myself a properly done disqualification.
Yeah, like, and because AEW does it so infrequently, it works here. It works here when it does happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Listen, I don't like DQs when it's like nonsensical, but a heel champion getting themselves disqualified. I want no more smoke. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Think what's SummerSlam that? 2001? Or also just a piece of shit every referee that shows up.
Yes. That was the thing that put over Kurt Angle as a babyface. That match. That's probably the greatest matchup with a non-finish. It's up there. It's in the Mount Rushmore of greatest matches to end in a non-finish is that matchup.
Yes, every time he did, I was shocked. What? Yo, he's wilding. Yeah, I wouldn't mind MJF got himself intentionally disqualified. Not fucking oops. No, I'm getting out of here. It's time to go.
Get the fuck out of here. We got One Mike Nation saying, in kayfabe, Cole won since the whole point was to get MJF to demand a match. Should have ended with a haha, gotcha, bitch. We also got EBB who says, really? For me, Cole won this. A lot of the smarky insider stuff I usually dislike, but I think this was as good as he can be for that type of promo. Good stuff.
How did he win? By saying my shitty body is natural and your great body isn't? That's not how that works. That's not how that works. No, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. No. Not that you have a shitty body, sir. I'm saying in the context of the story. That's all.
And Caden, see, I was trying to be nice to you this one, but this is stupid. MJF should not beat Adam Cole if Adam Cole's gonna reignite the feud and bring him back. No, that should totally put Adam Cole in the back of the line. The point of an eliminator match is he's eliminated from contending for the title for at least a while, not a month from now. That's stupid. That is beyond stupid.
Shit.
That is. It is. I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying your idea is very, very stupid.
Oh my God, that never works, sir. Trust me. I got myself. Are you calling me dumb? No, I said what you said was dumb. I didn't say you were dumb. Sorry. Many a slap to the face.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Armand saying if Cole wins, I could see Cole versus MJF at Collision to load up the first episode. I mean, if you want to pop a big rating.
If Cole versus MJF, that would have to be the main event. And it's not gonna be the main event.
Yeah.
We already had our main event announced awfully.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to see Yoda Suji. Yoda Suji is him. He is him. He's got the best moveset in the business. I think that would be a great type of matchup to do here. Caden says, I'm 99% confident MJF is defending at Forbidden Door.
Why? Like why?
Like he just says these things, but he thinks that putting 99% confident makes it sound like it's something good.
Like, but why though? Do you have insider information? You just feel like it. Like, what? Why? I need to know.
We got Big Van Dog saying, I feel like this Adam Cole feud would work best as a relatively short filler feud. It might go sour if it's too long. I just don't know who they would then bring in to face him at All In or All Out afterwards, though.
Yeah, that's difficult. We're running into the Roman problem where we're just running out of guys. Probably shouldn't have did 3 guys at once, dummies.
Probably so. And probably shouldn't have pinned the guy who would be best off having a singles feud with him afterward.
Oh, dummy, such a dummy. Eddie's still there, right?
Kingston, yeah. But he's going to be in the G1 around the time of, right before Wembley. I'm happy for Eddie. This is Eddie's dream. This is Eddie's dream to be in the G1.
I'm sorry. I don't view wrestlers that way. I know you're all actual people, so congratulations on your life. But I care about me and what I get to watch, and I don't get to watch Eddie Kingston if he's in the fucking G1. That does not help me.
Hey, I'll send you the G1 matches you need to watch. Don't worry.
Sir, I don't watch Eddie Kingston for his matches.
Ezra Nash saying, if you really want to see a teaser for Forbidden Door 2, put Omega and we already got Omega and Ospreay.
I think he's saying
this is not
on TV. A teaser.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes more sense. I thought he meant at Forbidden Door. But okay. That makes sense. We got Chilling with Jay saying percentage of Adam Cole actually winning the title from MJF.
0. Unless MJF gets hurt and then they beat him in 3 minutes on pay-per-view because we're a bunch of fucking assholes.
And Frantic World, no, Kenny Omega has not faced MJF yet, but I don't see him being the challenger for All In or All Out because when are they going to do this Konosuke Takeshita match?
You think we're really doing that?
I think they're definitely doing that.
On pay-per-view?
I think, yeah.
40%.
I don't know if they'll do. I don't know if they'll do a match on TV first. I could see them doing a match on TV first to set up like a stipulation match for All Out. I think that's more going to be All Out. Like I said, I still think we're going to get Omega Ospreay 3 at All In, but the following week we got All Out Takeshita and Omega.
Okay. Wallace. I said I don't watch Eddie Kingston for his matches. Wallace says, "What do you watch him for then?"
His promo.
I'll give you 2 guesses. What is going on? What's going on, wrestling fans?
Nah, you watch him for the stomps, right?
Weapon in hand too, and Blackpool Combat's what they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Because Hangman's gonna come out here.
Oh, that reminded me. Shit. I forgot to talk about it last week. Somebody did some awful stomps. I think it was Tony Storm. God damn it. I've never seen those
He's
stomps
like, I
for a
didn't get to
whole-
mention it, damn it.
Yeah, god damn it. Got her shitty stomps.
Don't be stomping shitty or he's going to be calling you out, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, for AEW wrestlers, if you're watching, Jimmy is ready. He's ready to call you out for some shitty ass stomps.
Don't stomp. Don't stomp.
Make me clap my hands. Make me want to stand. Stomp. Next we go backstage to hear from the Hardy Party, who bring in Ethan Page now that they own his contract, and they order Ethan Page to apologize to Brother Zay for injuring his neck last month, which he does very unenthusiastically. Then Matt says that he wants to make Page very talented and a better human being, and Zay comes beside Page and moans in his ear. And this storyline seems like it's destined to go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Actually, believing that, I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad with Zay. Zay made this segment for me. Zay was the star.
They need something to do. These are harmless. I wish we got more of them because the show was a fucking variety hour where it's just people you haven't seen tonight doing stuff and then disappearing for the rest of the show. It's my least favorite type of wrestling show. But the wrestling was really good. So there's that.
There you go. What was the term you used before we went live?
Oh, it was the best kind of wrestling show I hate.
The best kind of wrestling show I hate. See, now you're making me wish that I asked you for the title to the show, because that would have been a great title to the show. The best type of wrestling show I hate.
Yeah, like I want stories throughout the show. This was just like, here's a match. And a promo. Here's another match. And here's a promo. Oh, Jesus. Boo.
We got Big Man Dog saying a few weeks ago when you said Moan event, I was hooked for Moan.
That was a wild comment. Absolutely.
It was.
Jesus. Poor Jeff.
Oh man, Jeff Hardy. Hey, doing your thing. Next you got a tag team Texas Tornado matchup, as it was Jungle Boy Jack Perry and FTW champion Jungle Hook versus LFI's Preston Vance and Dralistico. Right from the start.
No, wait a minute. We can't skip by that. We can't skip by that. I didn't notice this because I skip over all things involving people I don't care about. But you remember Hook's pop when he came out for that music the first time. We all watched that entrance several times. I love that fucking entrance. All-time great entrance. The lack of any acknowledgement that Hook's even here now. It's shocking to me. I can't believe how they butchered Hook. Can we agree on this?
Yeah, he's not viewed in the same light as he was a year and a half ago. But this match definitely was a good matchup, though. I didn't expect to enjoy this matchup as much as I did, but they just made it into a wild brawl throughout the arena. And Vance and Hook were kind of the stars of this matchup. They battled through the crowd with one another while Jungle Boy and Dralistico were fighting in the ring. Eventually, they made their way back to ringside, where Preston Vance had a chain and Hook was able to grab a hold of it. He wraps the chain around his fist and then does a jumping flying punch to Preston Vance, and he legit, oh my god, Preston Vance had a gusher of blood. This man knows how to bleed. The best moment was those kids in the front row when he was standing by them, and the kids are like crunching, but they're cowering. They were cowering because he had so much blood across his face. They fight to the apron where Jungle Boy hits Preston Vance with a steel chair, and then Hook follows up with a big old T-bone suplex through two tables at ringside. Back in the ring, Jose the assistant tries to interfere, interfere and distract Jungle Boy, but Hook comes in, applies the red rum to him, and then eventually Jungle Boy locks on the snare trap on Dralistico to get the victory via tap out. Like I said, this was a wild brawl that I enjoyed very, very much, and a lot more than I thought I would. They packed a lot into, I think it was about like 8 or 9 minutes, this entire matchup, so I enjoyed it. What did you think?
I'm going to be slightly hypocritical here because while we all know who's winning this match, it accidentally got very violent and made for a great spectacle. That aside, it was completely worthless. It did nothing for anything. But we'll say if this leads to a Jungle Boy turning a Hook, then I apologize. It is part of a bigger story.
I think eventually that's what it should lead to, but we can never guarantee what they should or should do. So
hey. Can we? This is wild, right? I'm gonna philosophize here if you don't mind. I like to philosophize. Not I'm sure that's a real word, but I'll fucking take it. Philosophize. On a television show, let's say Power or something, the worst thing that could happen is a character dies, right?
Yeah.
On a wrestling show,
Julio,
or fucking Will Smith's dad leaving. Other than that, on a wrestling show, the worst thing that could happen is the best thing that happen is you win a title. The worst thing that could happen is you lose it. You lose a title or you lose a title match. You've worked your entire life to this one point, and then it doesn't work out. Because it's a serialized television show, meaning we go from week to week. What happened last week matters to what happened this week. The fact that Jungle Boy has not acknowledged that his life work went unanswered in the main event of a pay-per-view is wild. It is a wild scenario.
So this is the thing, and I agree with your point, and just to double down on it. Ricky Starks was the first challenger for MJF. He loses to MJF. He immediately gets into a feud with Chris Jericho. Not on the same level of feuding with the top heel in the company, but he's feuding with like the second top heel in the company. That's a reasonable plan to have for a guy who lost a title match. Bryan Danielson was the next challenger. Lost the Iron Man match. One of the greatest Iron Man matches, in my opinion, the greatest Iron Man match of all time. And they immediately put him into a feud after a few weeks off with the Elite, which became, out of nowhere, the top program in the whole company with the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club. That is a very good way to follow up for someone who lost a title match. Now, Jungle Boy Jack Perry helps out Hook. He's back in a tag team with Hook. Never addresses that. This feud that only started last week seems over after it even started. Darby Allin has not addressed anything either, and he seems like he's back to playing second fiddle for not only Sting, now he's playing third fiddle because Orange Cassidy is involved as well. And Jesus. Sammy Guevara has not even been on the show. So for MJF's pretty much his longest feud as champion, they literally had no follow-up for any of the guys that lost in this match.
It's so fucking sad. You guys brought up Dragon.
And the reason it works out is because Tony Khan has done well in the past with the two previous guys who got opportunities at MJF of giving them something to do afterwards, but it just seems like he hasn't done that for the Pillars.
I don't even need something to do. Like, to me, Dragon's, is that a video package? Where he just seemed so fucking down. Like, yeah. I was afraid what he was going to do to himself after it was like, I'm got to go home. It was like, yes, because you just fucking lost a title match. You should feel horrified. And he did. I need something like that from somebody. Anybody, please.
I agree. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. Nero Buck saying, I love this match. All killer, no filler. Preston Vance always delivers whenever he bleeds. Man was leaking big time. It was gruesome. Johnny saying, I thought this was a massive match for Hook. I think that the fans can get back to being as invested as they were in Hook when he initially started wrestling, when if this is a long-term story to eventually have Jungle Boy turn on him. I think that will be the key to getting the fans back over on his side. But I think the right move in that feud would be Jungle Boy winning that feud after he turns on him.
Ooh. I'm not mad at that.
Because Jungle Boy, he made the promise he was going to win a singles title. If he wins the title that doesn't even count in AEW and then brags about it like he accomplished something, that's heel heat.
That could be cute. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that take.
Yeah. We got a lot of different comments in the chat. Annika says, blame Forbidden Door, ? No, I agree with Ace. Just blame TK. Yeah. It's on TK. He's the booker. I can't argue with that. That's just plain as day. It's TK's fault. It's not Forbidden Door's fault. You knew that show was coming up afterwards. Should have had good follow-up for it.
Always.
Big Man Dog says it's also strange that Roosh isn't involved at all. It feels like a logical follow-up since there was drama about his match with Jungle Boy. It was drama in his match with Jungle Boy because they booked it incorrectly. Yes. That was the drama.
It was so weird.
I don't understand people who try to argue with like, oh no, it was supposed to, make him look bad and make him look like he's heading towards a heel turn, and nothing we've seen since then is saying that Jungle Boy is heading to a heel turn, other than him teaming up with Hook. That's it. That's the only thing.
Right. It just sounds like hope, to be honest. I too hope it.
Yeah. I do too. I do hope it. We got Big Man Dog saying, yeah, we need cocky FTW heel Jungle Boy champion. I'm sold on this idea now. I'm totally sold on this damn idea now.
Bringing his hot girlfriend so she's not being used over there in fucking Jericho's group.
Yeah, my girlfriend's got a fat ass and a bad attitude. I can't believe we are so high on this idea that we totally roasted Cash for like 2 years ago.
Yes. What was it? Hollywood Jack Perry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound too bad now. Doesn't sound. It needed time to marinate. We had Tony Khan making his big announcement for the first AEW Collision main event. And Tony Khan backstage says, what has become a weekly announcement now. He says, AEW Collision starts on Saturday, June 17th. And I am here today to announce the main event for the debut show on Saturday, June 17th at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. It will be Switchblade Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe will battle AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR and CM Punk. Oh my god, the pause he does, it just feels like it gets longer and longer every episode. We are here to level up. Why does he talk like a robot? He literally talks like a robot. But all that besides that, what do you think about the announcement for this trios match, all-star trios match coming up on the debut edition of AEW Collision next Saturday?
That doesn't scream main event to me. It is a main event. It's a big match, but for some reason, I can't really explain why it bothers me as much as it does. It's nonsensical. It's just all of this has been, listen, for everything that happened at Brawl Out, a horrifying incident. Yes. Somebody got punched in the face. How horrifying. Somebody got bit. Fair enough. But you can't account for shit like that.
I'm still sold on someone needs to do a skit. We need like a Saturday Night Live, Key and Peele type of skit of the Brawl Out, with Kenny Omega just coming in and being like, guys, what's going on? The dog is scared. And then he picks up the dog and he's like, okay, I'm going to bring you to safety. And he's like, ow, I got bit. Who is that? The dog? No, it's Ace. And then he walks. I need that to be done. Someone needs to do that.
I love you, Ace Steel. You're a soldier. I'm with you. I don't care if I'm in deep shit. I want my friends to do whatever the fuck it takes. Don't be asking questions. Don't be
You
asking
want
if
me to
I'm right.
bite someone to save it a
Who
dog?
the fuck cares
That's
if
what
I'm right? You just save me. Yes. Anybody in the room that's not me, start biting. Yes. Holy shit. Yes. I was looking for what he felt like. A hostage. Like he's reading this against his will. It is so weird.
Someone behind the camera's got a gun. Like,
that's what the fucking
better
pause
say
was
it.
for.
You better say it, and you better say it with a pause. You better say it.
That was him looking off camera to see if he had to say that part. FTRN.
It's CM Punk and Ace Steel got guns behind the camera. Like, you better say it.
Yeah, but despite that fucking brawl out, there was so much interesting shit here, and all of this has been done in the least interesting way possible. Like all of this, even the announcements are horrible. This match is just a bunch of guys thrown together. Like, what are we doing? CM Punk should be a gigantic deal.
It should have been a logical build, or even FTR saying it. FTR being like, or just do one of your backstage segments where one guy's doing an interview and then another guy comes in being like, okay, like we're bringing in somebody, we want to have a 6-man tag team matchup. We're bringing in CM Punk to be our 6-man tag, and Bullet Club Gold, you have to find someone. And then Samoa Joe comes in, it'd be like, well, I'm gonna team with Bullet Club Gold, and then that's the match. You don't even need Tony Khan for all that.
It does feel very AEW. Samoa Joe, who's been off TV forever, just walks in. It happened to be here.
I think that even that, which we have complained about in the past, is better than these hostage situation promos announcements by Tony Khan.
So I assume CM Punk can't mention anything about what happened, because the best way to do it would be just CM Punk's gonna be on TV and he's gonna have a microphone. Sold. I'll be there. I'll be watching.
You know what, Negro Bug? I didn't even realize that. Yes. He says, I just realized something. This is the first Dynamite in I don't know how long that we didn't see Jericho in any way. Didn't even miss him. I'll be honest.
Sorry. He doesn't bother me as much as he used to, but his takes on a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are atrocious, but otherwise, I didn't miss him.
Oh, we got Chilla with Jay saying, yeah, his voice sounds like a Tony Khan AI talking for Tony Khan.
That shit is so scary. Somebody please stop AI. This is a horrific idea. Never mind. I won't get into that. I'll stay off of it. Fucking dummies. Everybody's a fucking idiot with this shit. Screen actors letting AI write scripts. What a horrific idea. They're gonna put you out of a job, you dummies.
I need like Kenny Omega holding the dog, and he's like Quicksilver in X-Men, and everything's going around him. You got the chair throwing, you see the chair go in this slow motion, and he's just like Quicksilver, just coming with Larry the dog out the door. He's getting bit, and then he just keeps moving. I need it to be, oh man, this skit is gonna be awesome. Just have me direct it. We'll be fine. We got Caden who says they basically told us Ricky was losing with this announcement. Yeah. I mean, the way they booked Jay White, I don't think anything was an assumption here.
Hilarious. Yes, my least favorite thing, Big Man Dogs. It's like, oh, he's on tour. Please stay away forever, or a couple months at the very least. Yes, like listen, we don't have to pretend like there's no camera, but. Like The Office, there's a camera there. We know there's a camera there. We don't need to. Everybody has a microphone. It's not an interview. Yes, people backstage are doing shit, and know there's cameras around. Like, I don't know, every reality show you've ever fucking seen.
Yeah,
Jesus, it's egregious.
Here we go. Next, we had Konosuke Takeshita coming out for a singles matchup, of course, with Don Callis, and he's versing a local indie talent in Damian Ace This one did not need to go long, and it didn't go long at all. Takeshita charged him with strikes while the fans were just booing the hell out of Don Callis because AEW just played the footage of Takeshita turning on the video screen the entire time, just in case you didn't want to boo this whole thing. They was like, no, I'm going to remind you why you should be booing this guy. Takeshita gets the win with the power drive, knee strike, and then after the matchup, we get Don Callis on the microphone, and he basically cuts the same promo as last week, just in case you didn't hear him over the boos. He takes, we get Takeshita, who takes the mic and speaks in English, speaks in Japanese, saying that he's going to destroy Kenny Omega. He's going to decimate him, before Callis says everything Omega had in his life was because of him. Omega defeated Will Ospreay because of him. Omega has become a cancer in Callis's body, so he has to cut it out, and Callis and his family will cut the elite out of all elite wrestling. And once again, for the second week in a row, this got massive amounts of boos. What did you think about Takeshita's squash victory here and the promo?
This was fine in a vacuum, but this doesn't take place in a vacuum. You ever see, like, let's do Ozark, for example. Wendy and Marty Wendy says to Marty, I have a plan. And then Wendy tells Marty the plan. You will never hear Marty tell that plan to the kids or anybody else because we already heard the plan. We don't need to hear the plan again. Everything Don Callis said, we heard last week. We heard it. There's no need to hear this again. Why is this here? Just so he could be booed again? Yes, it was cute. It's awful. It's hilarious. But I heard this. I heard all this. This is not new information. Boo. This should have been just Takeshita yelling in Japanese about fucking cinnamon rolls or whatever.
He should have just let Takeshita cut the promo. Or at least make it for the Forbidden Door build, because he had the one little line where he said Omega defeated Will Ospreay because of him, and now Ospreay will beat Omega at Forbidden Door because the elite are nothing without me. At least make it a slightly different than what was everything around that one little line in it.
That could have been fun. I wouldn't mind that.
Ash Finesse says, wow, didn't know Jimmy Macram was a fan of LA Knight, formerly known as Eli Drake, with his amount of using the word dummy. Yeah.
I used a dummy long before LA Knight. Yeah. But yes, I am a fan of LA Knight. He's in the Money in the Bank. Somebody pays attention to the Ramble. It's appreciated.
We do it.
If he was treated like a star, I would watch SmackDown. I would sit for 2 hours and watch fucking SmackDown.
Hey, the Bloodline stuff on SmackDown's good.
Oh, it's great. SmackDown is a solid wrestling show.
But WWE is the type of show that you could legitimately just watch the highlights. You'll watch the highlights and you'll be fine. Because they put everything you really need to watch as far as SmackDown. I get paid to watch SmackDown, and I probably wouldn't watch it if I wasn't paid to watch it.
Jesus.
Well, because it's a lot of fluff around the Bloodline stuff. I don't need all the fluff. I can just watch the highlight of the Bloodline stuff.
Okay.
We got Chilling with Chase saying, I hope Callis just does this every week, just cutting the same promo because the fans keep disrespecting him. I'm sorry. If that became his stick, I wouldn't mind it. I would not mind it. I don't care.
I don't need this.
He's trying to make you hate him too.
Clearly.
We got Steven Jaber saying, looks like new IWGP US champion Ospreay at Forbidden Door, Callis and Takeshita going to interfere. Could see that. To segue into that.
You think they want interference in their match? I mean, like,
I don't think so. Because that would, that means that they were not going to meet what they were able to do at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
We also got Chilling with Chase saying, my friend watches WWE highlights and he is up to date with everything. Yeah, I will say that's actually, I'm not saying that as a criticism. I'm saying that's a good thing for WWE, where I don't have to invest in everything. I can just watch the highlights on YouTube.
No, that is never a fucking good thing. No, if somebody can skip most of your show, it's not a good thing at all. No, I'm putting 2 hours of television.
They make it very digestible. They make it very digestible for someone who doesn't have a lot of time.
It's another word I hate. It's right up there with content and suits and IP and fucking product digestible. Oh,
Digestible. Another digestible segment here. You had Alex Marvez backstage with Christian Cage at Christian Cage locker room, where Christian's wanted some promo time. We hear commotion inside, and Christian comes out and says he's the uncrowned TNT champion. He says that Arn Anderson cost him, so now he's going to be making things personal. And then Luchasaurus walks out, and it's revealed inside the room that Brock Anderson had been attacked by Luchasaurus, and it was an early Father's Day gift for Arn Anderson, according to Christian.
That's hilarious. Don't hate this as a start. I'm definitely curious as to what the follow-up is, because AEW's not great with story, but this has a lot of story potential with Wardlow and Arn. You know what Arn wants to do? Get the Glock. Can be hit on my son like that.
I want to see a segment where Wardlow's like, no, don't get the Glock. I'll take care of it.
I'll handle it. That'd be awesome.
I'll handle it. You don't need to get your Glock. We had Daddy Magic coming out with Anna Jay for her matchup for the TBS championship against Chris Statlander. I do enjoy Daddy Magic when he wears the 8-ball jacket, because it reminds me of the guy who slapped the chick on the New York City train. Every single time I see it. Every single time I see it.
It is one of the greatest videos of all time. I'm looking up right now, actually.
This turned out to be a fine little matchup here. Solid work once again from Chris Statlander, who sold a little bit less than what she did against Nyla Rose, which makes sense because Nyla Rose is a bigger competitor, so we saw a little bit more of her offense. But Anna Jay was able to look good in this one and not as green as she usually looks, so working with Julia Hart has helped her. Taya Valkyrie was watching this matchup from backstage and was pissed to see Statlander hit a backbreaker, following up with the Tombstone Power Driver to get the win this week. Chris Statlander once again defending the TBS championship. What did you think about this match this week? He's watching the video, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. Ebo Jacket. I forgot how many people he fucked up on that train. They tried to jump me the fuck up like 3 or 4 people. This was probably the best Anna Jay performance that wasn't in a impossibly violent tag team match. This was fine. I'm a little concerned about Statlander. Not just the fact that she's how old? 26? 27?
What is it? I think 25, 26, maybe. Yeah, I'll double check here for you.
She's already walking around with the fucking Stone Cold knee braces. They wearing at 36, 37.
27. 27.
Another concern for her health. She doesn't have a lot of character. While the alien didn't have a lot of character, I felt like it was, I'm not to be over the top, Undertaker, Orange Cassidy, you don't need a lot of character. It's a gimmick. So
yeah,
you don't need one. But her playing a more serious, more realistic person, you're gonna need some actual character, and I don't think she quite has it. This match was fine. I even go good. Statlander is really fun in the ring. She's strong and she's fast and she's athletic and she's ballsy as all fuck. I'm a fan. I'm entirely sure why we're fighting Anna Jay. Did Anna Jay just lose to Julia Hart a little while ago?
Yes.
Last time I ever heard on TV. Why is she getting a title match? Well, everybody's,
and you can't drive her out to you can't have Julia Hart with that amazing entrance jobbed out to Chris Statlander. So yeah, you gotta have some outliers here. So Nyla Rose, Anna Jay, and I think Talia, they need to kickstart and kind of rev up the Talia part of this. Or I don't know what they're gonna do with her. I don't think she'll probably be on Forbidden Door unless they do like a multi-woman matchup. I don't know, but yeah.
Please don't. Yes, but much like Don Callis, having Taya fucking watch backstage. I guess the big shift was she was even more upset than she was last week. Oh, and next week she'll be like, she'll like be fucking Yosemite Sam, whatever the fuck.
I want her to be like a cat that just gets closer and closer. It's first 2 weeks she's watching backstage, then next week she's watching from the ramp, and like it's closer and closer.
I don't mind this. I don't. There's a fun story here. Just the AEW doesn't let women talk, so you're probably not going to tell it. But the story is, you're the champ. I literally did all this work, and you're the champ. This is outrageous.
Yeah.
Give me a match now,
Yeah.
or else.
Pretty simple, and they just have to tell the story, give it time to tell. But the only woman who gets promo time on this show seems to be our AEW Women's World Champion, Toni Storm, along with the rest of the Outcasts. We hear from them after it's announced that there will be a 4-way number one contenders matchup on Rampage this Friday with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Sky Blue, Nyla Rose, and Mercedes Martinez. And the winner will face Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship next week in Washington, D.C. Tony says that none of them can keep up with her, and she'll get notch another victory on her belt here. And this is the graphic for next week. And like we said before, a loaded up show for next week's in Washington, D.C.
Do you know how long Jamie Hayter's going to be out?
No, I don't know. We haven't been told. We don't even know for sure what's her injury yet. Which scares me about all of this. Unless they're keeping it close to the vest like they were with Chris Statlander, and then she eventually is going to come back before. I'm just hoping she's at Wembley Stadium. They need to. I think this Toni Storm reign will go into Wembley, and then that's where Jamie Hayter wins the title back if she's healthy.
That would be obviously the best scenario. Here's hoping. So I mean, that kind of feels you have to do Tony versus Britt next week. I mean, Britt seems like the obvious and only option. Sure, I'm not mad at it. Why hold off on it? What are you saving it for? Just do it.
Sure, facts. Negro Buck saying pretty good women's match. Anna Jay looked good. We also got Will Chisholm says, I'm mad that I just watched that man slapping that girl on the train. Thanks, Jimmy.
For those of you who didn't look it up, look up 8-ball jacket train. It's the first video that pops up.
Jesus Christ.
Watch the whole video though, because that woman hit him first. He turned around like the Undertaker. What happened?
No, it's not. It's not Big Man Dogs. It's not that she's probably not that injured if she could wrestle at Double or Nothing. We said it on this show before. She had Britt Baker in her ear for weeks being like, don't do like Thunder Rosa. You got to make it to the pay-per-view and drop the title. I don't care how hurt you are. You got to do that. You got to do that. And now, if she wasn't that injured, they would have just kept the title on her and been doing what they're doing with Toni Storm. Toni Storm hasn't been on the show live since she won the title 2 weeks ago. So they could have done the same thing and just kept the title on Jamie Hayter if she wasn't that injured.
That is weird. Well, sure. I'm not mad at that. Either way.
Everybody, you got everybody talking about this damn video. This guy's ridiculous. Don't listen to people. Finally, we had our main event of the evening: Switchblade Jay White going up against Absolute Ricky Starks, with FTR and Juice Robinson banned from ringside. I thought the crowd was a little bit quiet for this early on, but they got into the matchup.
Fucking Dummy killed it. I didn't realize that, but Dummy absolutely killed that crowd. Tony Khan, that is.
It's like after the Tony Khan announcement, that's when the crowd went down.
You're like, what the fuck are we even doing?
But they got the crowd into the matchup late. I do love how Jay White kind of paces his matchups, where he lets the babyface kind of make their comeback, and then he continues to like cut them off just when they're getting going, and then eventually it leads to the crowd being even more invested in the comeback later on in the matchup.
Sir, do you understand what you just described?
What?
You described how fucking professional wrestling was done.
Yes.
For 100 years.
And not a lot of people still do it. Not a lot of people still do it.
Yes, because your boys ruined wrestling.
Switchblade Jay, shut up. Switchblade Jay White is a great professional wrestler, and he knows how to work as a heel, and he does a great job of it. Ricky Stark eventually made his comeback and got some really good near falls with a tornado DDT. He hit one with a spear. His spear is one of the best in the business. And Switchblade first counters the first one with the pump knee, but eventually he's able to hit the second attempt and picks him up for the Rochambeau. But when he picks him up for the Rochambeau, Jay White's legs accidentally hit the referee as Ricky Starks is distracted with the referee being down after hitting Rochambeau. From out of nowhere, out of the crowd, come Austin and Colton Gunn. They set up Ricky and they hit 310 to Yuma on absolute Ricky Starks. And then Switchblade Jay White, being the dastardly heel that he is, can't just get the win. He's got to pick him up and deliver the Blade Runner for the 1-2-3. Switchblade Jay White defeating Ricky Starks. Post-match, Juice Robinson runs out celebrating, doing the guns thing, like bang bang, and the Switchblade Jay White celebrates the win as we close the show, as they seem like the Bullet Club Gold has some momentum here. But I will say, someone who doesn't have momentum is poor Ricky the Hitman Hart, because Punk Hogan has taken his shine and taken his friends, and now he has stolen FTR from right under him, and he's taking his feud with the Bullet Club Gold now. Ricky Starks all out there in the win now, as Ricky Starks loses once again. What did you think about this main event matchup? I liked it. I thought it was a fun main event matchup, and like I said, I just enjoy the way Jay White structures his matchups and paces it so well.
Yes, like an actual professional. That's why I like Jay White. That and his promos, they're always solid. He's
Bang Bang Gang.
It's the least interesting part of his gimmick.
Bang Bang Gang.
Two guys who don't shoot anything.
But now they got some guns.
Oy, fuck me. I hate wrestling. That was a good match. You could only have one outcome here, which is Jay White winning. And the way he won, you know what? Fuck it. I guess we're trying to protect Ricky after we that's wild. I'm gonna move along. It works.
Main event, Jay White?
No, that's egregious too, but I was talking about Caden right under the turn my comments off.
You get distracted so much.
What's wild? Yeah, that's what it is. This is fine. This is good. Even I go good. I go good.
I enjoyed this one a lot. And Jay White in the main event. Ricky, all of Jimmy's criticisms paid off in the long run.
Thank God. I don't ask for much. A simple, common fucking sense.
We had Frantic World who says, I heard on SRS's review last night that Jay White has been happy with his booking, Jimmy.
That's weird because I heard he hasn't been very picky with his booking. Not exactly happy. Oh, you didn't think I knew that, did you? Yeah, I didn't think I knew that, did you? I pay attention. Yeah, don't try to clean it up for the fucking podcast.
He was like, I vanity searched Jay White.
Yeah, I didn't think I knew that, did you?
Didn't think I knew that, huh? Didn't think I knew that, huh?
This is fine. But even if he was, which is not what was said, but even if he was, so what? The fuck does that have to do with anything? If I had a time machine, I went back to fucking slave days and asked, "Hey, you happy here?" They'd all go, "Yeah." Well, okay, well then, great.
Why do we have to go to the most outrageous comparison?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You should all stay. I'm sure this is the best you can do.
I'll give you credit. You do bookmark the disclaimers now. You don't do it too much as we're reviewing the show. You wait till after you do like before we start the actual review, and then after we stop reviewing the show.
I'm just saying. Yeah, he's not picky about it. I mean, he shouldn't be. I assume he got a very nice contract. He doesn't want to ruffle any feathers, especially after the CM Punk situation. You come in as a team player. You take whatever they give you, as you should. Not knocking it.
So how do you think this whole program with CM Punk will go? Since Punk has taken a liking to Switchblade Jay White and wants to feud with him.
That's an odd choice because, by the way, I'm not gonna clean up the slavery comment. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I'm not saying slavery was good. To be clear, I think that's pretty obvious. I don't know because Jay White's in a precarious position. He can't be losing too many matches. but CM Punk just came back. CM Punk is a rather giving superstar, at least as long as we agree that I'm giving beforehand. You don't take yourself.
Like, I'm giving you this, but in the long run, I win.
Right. I'm giving.
I'm hoping they book him more like the MJF feud more than anything.
That's what I'm thinking.
Where MJF got the first one.
I'm giving Max this, but if Max was to try to take this without me giving it, I'd call him empty-headed dumb fuck on TV because I didn't give it. You took it. It's a difference. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he lost the first match to Jay White. He probably should lose the first match to Jay White. He has been wrestling for God knows how long. He needs to not wrestle a lot. I'm sorry. I love you. You're a fucking all-time promo. You're an all-time competitor. Body's just not with it. Your body's not with the shits anymore. Please, just every 3 weeks, every month, maybe. That's it. Sorry.
We need to do a new show where we do the what if storyline of what would have happened. What if CM Punk didn't jump into the crowd in Los Angeles the week after Double or Nothing? What would happen? Would that have gave them time to actually talk with Hangman Adam Page so it wouldn't fester inside of him for 2 months when he came back? Would that have changed anything about the trajectory of AEW over the past year? What if?
What if Hangman wasn't an empty-headed dumb fuck? What if?
What if he was a full-headed dumb fuck?
What if CM Punk was an adult, a full-fledged adult who didn't hold grudges?
And hold grudges. What if CM Punk wasn't invited to the press conference?
Yes. Will we not invite this angry, fucking venomous? I love CM Punk, and Lord knows he could rip anybody a new asshole. He's injured now, sir. Please don't give him a microphone.
What if Chicago didn't cheer MJF over Punk at all out? Would that have made things better for Punk when he did that presser?
What if the Young Bucks could manage a target?
That was a good one.
Oh, we'd all be saved.
We would have all been all right. What if Ace Steel's wife wasn't in that room? Would Ace Steel still be having a job? What if?
I can't imagine Matt Jackson would get wrestler. It's not possible. It's not possible. Let's not get crazy now. What if I stay within the parameters of the universe?
He is a good wrestler.
Be making shit up.
We got AC says, do y'all think that FTR and CM Punk will beat Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe at AEW Collision next Saturday, not Friday, Saturday? Yeah, I think it's obvious CM FTR is going to win.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why Juice is there, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, Juice Robinson's in the match. He's here to take that fall. He's looking up at the lights. He's the electrician of this matchup because he's here to look at the lights. But I am not sure if they're going to go right into Bullet Club Gold versus CM Punk. I think this is more like a matchup to tease Punk's next 2 feuds because I think he's going to first feud with Joe. That's going to be the main event program on Collision first.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Promos between them particularly good.
I think they should use Punk to get the title, the ROH TV title off of Joe, because then you're helping everything. You're helping not only Collision and ROH.
We don't want to help ROH. Have you seen those cards? Those cards are horrendous. We don't care about ROH. No more ROH.
You're just talking about the TV cards. The pay-per-view cards are really good.
Okay, sure. Let's go with that. That sounds right. That sounds like a good thing to say. Sure.
You're an empty-headed dumb fuck. Kaden saying, do y'all think Punk is on Forbidden Door? Not sure what they do with him. I mean, the most obvious 2 matches, if you're going to do a singles match with Punk, would be him versus either Kenta, because the story kind of writes itself, even though I think the people that are begging for that matchup haven't seen Kenta wrestle since 2006. As someone that does watch Kenta wrestle on New Japan Pro Wrestling, it's not going to be the match I think it's going to be. Just letting y'all know. It's not going to be that match
guy anymore. Is that what you're saying?
He's not that guy. He is Kenta only by name only. He's still Hideo Itami.
What? Jesus. What would you compare him to? What's the drop off like? Like AJ Styles? From great to good. From more than that. Okay. CM Punk.
I'm trying to think of like a term or someone that I could compare him to. It's like going from Triple H in 01 to Jinder Mahal in 2017.
Holy shit. I thought you were gonna say Triple H a year later, but that's just
Yeah,
wow.
it's like Triple H in 01 compared to Triple H in 2003.
Oh, Scott Steiner Triple H.
Yes.
We don't talk about that fallout enough. That's rough.
It was a fall from grace.
That quad was holding everything together.
Washed him up. That washed him up. And I'm not saying Kenta can't be he can be good in certain places, like on the independent scene. I've seen him try more on Noah. When he did a match in Noah, he looked good. But in New Japan, yeah, he's washed. He hasn't had a good to great matchup in a while on a New Japan show.
Yeah, I did read that quote from Kenta saying he'll fucking cough up the money. They want to see Punk. Might have been Punk or somebody else. Yeah, that's a shame.
Also true. It might be that Tanahashi match at Wrestle Kingdom where he took the high fly flow off a ladder through a table. That still seems like it's lingering on him.
No, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sure that sucked. Ric Flair was in a plane crash before he was the best ever.
Why are we comparing everybody to Ric Flair? Ric Flair is not the bar here.
Before he was the best ever, fucked us back up. And then decided I'm going to have the greatest wrestling year ever. Come on now. I'll do that.
All right. Let's put our thumbs in the middle. Let us know in the live chat your MVP, LVP, match of the night, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy, for the June 7th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board for me and Jimmy. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
7.5. It was the best version of a show I hate.
Wow, we're in agreement. 7.5 for me as well.
Wow. I must have went high. Fair enough.
Big hero Chris saying, "Don't cough up the money to Kenta." Take
wow.
it, Tony. We got Ace giving it a thumbs up. Negro Bug giving it a thumbs up. Caden is the only one who's like, thumbs in the middle. I'm still on this. You made it better. I'm not gonna give it a thumbs down, but you made it better. Annika says thumbs up. We get Negro Buck 7.5, Frantic World 7.5. Seems like we're all in that 7.5 range.
Yeah.
And we both gave last week's show a higher rating, so I wouldn't say way better than last week. Last week had a louder crowd. I think the crowd elevated last week. That San Diego.
That was Britain and
that was the mixed tag match. Yeah, that should have been at Double or Nothing.
What else is on that card? Don Callis promo, right?
The Blackpool Combat Club versus Lucha Bandito.
Right. Yeah. And there's one more really good match on there, I think.
Okay. Darby and Orange versus Gates of Agony, where I was really high for a great, and that 3-way with Big Bill. Whenever Big Bill's on the show, thumbs up across the board. We got Ace who gives it a 7.5. Match of the night, Jimmy.
Well, Swerve and Orange Cassidy for relative ease.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there. MVP for the show.
I'm gonna go with Switchblade Jay White. He finally was in the main event, as he should have been. He got the win over Ricky Starks, as he should have. He's got a match with CM Punk, another win. Things are looking up.
I'm going to give it co-MVP to main event, Jay White. Like I said, yeah. Like I kind of went in on somebody who was on the, I think it was Walter, who was on the watch along yesterday. He said, poor Jay White. I was like, this is the first week where it's not poor Jay White. This man was in the main event, won the main event, got a program with CM Punk on the first ever edition of Collision. This is finally, Jay White, you got $1 in your pocket. You finally got $1 in your pocket in this promotion. He ain't poor no more. But yes, I would go with main event Jay White as the co-MVP and Adam Cole. He did the reverse Ricky Starks. Ricky Stark went from a program with MJF to a program with Chris Jericho, which is a downgrade, and Adam Cole went from a program with Chris Jericho to a program with MJF. So I give it he had the upgrade of the week, so I'll give him an MVP as well.
Did all that work just to get roasted? Ain't that a bitch?
LVP for the show, Jimmy.
Dummy, not just for his booking or lack thereof.
For the hostage situation.
Yes. What the fuck, sir? Blink twice when you show up.
Blink twice if you're all right. Please blink twice.
Look at you. We got EBB and now Caden. I'm building a group. The Avengers.
The dummy Avengers. The dummy Avengers. I need that. I need someone to make that meme, please. I'm gonna go LVP for Brock Anderson, and it was gonna be Brock Anderson.
Huh? He was on the show.
Yeah, he was on the show. He got his ass kicked.
It's a huge win. Brock Anderson. What the fuck did he even do?
Brock Anderson. Hey, he got his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked. That's all I know he did. He got his ass kicked. So
I know what BBL stands for. I mean, I know what I would imagine it stands for. It's not wrestling related.
I think it's Big Bill Legion. He's trying to get that over. When the triple B of Big Bill bandwagon, it sounds much better than BBL.
Yes, I think Brazilian butt lift, sir. So you might want to get rid of that. That's what BBL means to those of us who
unaware.
Yeah, who frequently. I'll keep it clean. Yeah, Big Bill agenda. I don't hate.
Yeah, I like that one too. That's a good one, Big Man Dogs. Big Man Agenda. Yeah. Big Bill. Hey, everyone's eye on Big Bill. The Big Bill unit, we up here. We up, y'all. Jimmy, thank you as always. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media. What you got going on, sir?
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, though not nearly as much anymore. I'm kind of over it. And on YouTube, also at Jimmy Macram, where we watch TV shows and movies.
Eventually, you'll see our Atlanta reviews and reactions. I think he's waiting until he has some downtime on his channel, but it'll be up there eventually. So you can see me and Jimmy back on screen together, talk about TVs and movies. You can follow me on the Twitter machine here at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TrueHillHeat. Of course, you can check out all the great content we got on the channel right now. We're getting some rave reviews and some great feedback from my interview, True Heels BTR Between the Ropes with Bobby Fish. Jimmy, this is one interview I would say from me that you should watch. It was a lot of great stuff, and I am a Bobby Fish fan after that interview. It was probably the most coverage we've gotten for an interview as well. Wrestle Talk, Fightful, bunch of different places have covered the interview in different ways. He answers his feelings on Undisputed Era breaking up in WWE. Did he agree with it or not? He let me know who came up with the Red Dragon name, why the D and the R was capitalized in Red Dragon, why he left AEW, what was the plans for Undisputed Era versus the Elite. He lets me know a bunch of stuff. It's one of my best interviews I think I've ever done.
Did he explain why he refused to go back to WWE? Did he explain why he didn't take a phone call and decided to go to Impact?
Why do you always have to do this? Why do you always have to do this? Why? So sick of you. Also, check out our preview from this past week for tomorrow's huge show from New Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, and All Japan Pro Wrestling all together again. And that is why not a lot of New Japan talent was on Dynamite this week, because they're going to be for this huge show. So check out our preview that's up on the channel right now with me and Jay News. But I will be back on the channel, I believe tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow I'll be live here with Miss Chrissy Love for our Dark Side of the Ring review. We're going to be reviewing the first 2 episodes of Dark Side of the Ring for Chris Candido and Sunny, and then this week's show with Magnum TA. So check it out tomorrow live here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Just hit the bell to stay notified so you know when we go live. And I'll also be back on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. True Hill Heat 229. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love. We'll have Kieran from Wrestling as well as Fightful Overbook talking about Dominion from this past week. And we'll also have Drew Nichols from Fightful as well as Love Wrestling to discuss some WWE this week. So check out True Hill Heat this Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. But thank you, all of you who watch us live. Thank you, everyone watching us on demand. Remember to drop the thumbs up on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you are new. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 97. In ROH, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? We are signing off until next time.